extreme storms. And using stencils, they marked sidewalks to show how far inland the bay water is expected to reach as seas rise.
So that is not only an educational activity for the kids, but also it is a public awareness campaign about what the future could look like.
Luis Barata is a senior planner with the Waterfront Resilience Program for the Port of San Francisco. The program is a long-term effort to make the waterfront resilient to climate risks. For example, by raising piers and creating living shorelines. He says the field trip was hosted by the Port, the Exploratorium Museum, and the San Francisco Unified School District. It was part of an effort to make sure young people weigh in on flood prevention projects.
We go into the classrooms and actually we talk to the youth about the work that's being done, and we get feedback from them, because this is such a long-term plan. Many of us will not be here when this finally gets built, so we want to emphasize to the youth that this is the waterfront for them and for their kids,
so they should take part in the planning process. Climate Connections is produced by the Yale Center for Environmental Communication. To hear more stories like this, visit climateconnections.org.
Support for On Point comes from the listeners of WBUR Boston, from Hint, maker of fruit-infused water with no sugar or diet sweeteners, available in more than 25 flavors, including watermelon and pineapple, in stores or delivered from hintwater.com. And MathWorks, creators of MATLAB and Simulink software for technical computing and model-based design. MathWorks, accelerating the pace of discovery in engineering and science. Learn more at mathworks.com.
This is On Point. I'm Meghna Chakrabarty, and Michael Tomasky joins us. He's editor of The New Republic and editor-in-chief of the journal Democracy, also author of If We Can Keep It, How the Republic Collapsed and How It Might Be Saved, and The Middle Out, The Rise of Progressive Economics and a Return to Shared Prosperity. Michael Tomasky, welcome back to the show.
Happy to be here.
And Ruth Ben-Ghiat, professor of history and Italian studies at New York University and author of Strongmen, Mussolini to the Present. Professor Ben-Ghiat, welcome back to you.
Thank you.
First of all, let me just get a take from both of you on your reactions to yesterday's indictment as released by the special counsel. Professor Ben-Ghiat, what were your first responses to it?
I think it's just such an important move to make to uphold the rule of law, because America has been an outlier in the world, not in having a coup, but in not prosecuting Trump, and the fact that he's the front runner for a presidential nomination with what he did is very unusual in history.
Okay, and Michael Tomasky, same question to you.
Just quickly, I was most struck by the note on which the 45-page document ended, the words on which it ended, which I don't have in front of me, but was something to the effect that what he subverted was the right to vote and to have one's vote counted. I'm glad it ended on that point rhetorically, because that's really what this comes down to. We invented that right in the modern sense in this country. We didn't extend it to everybody. Ultimately, we have done that, and ever since we've done that full extension, there's been forces in this country that have opposed that and that fight voting rights. That's what Donald Trump was doing from November to January 6th of 2020 and 21. So I was glad to see that Jack Smith and his prosecutors had their eyes on not just the legal, but I would say the ethical or even moral prize here.
Well, I do actually have the last page of the indictment here in front of me, and it's worth reading those last lines in full. It says that, again, the allegation is that, quote, Donald J. Trump did knowingly combine, conspire, confederate, and agree with co-conspirators known and unknown to the grand jury to injure, oppress, threaten, and intimidate one or more persons in the free exercise and enjoyment of a right and privilege secured to them by the Constitution and laws of the United States. That is, the right to vote and to have one's vote counted. So those are the actual words from the indictment. I want to underscore right now that this is an indictment. These are not. This still has a legal process to go through in terms of the court, and Trump's right to defend himself strongly and fully. So this is not necessarily a decision by jury. It's the beginning of a legal process, which is why these are still all currently allegations rather than proven facts, I would say. So, Professor Ben-Ghiat, as you read some of the allegations in the indictment, I mean, you're the specialist in authoritarian governments. Are some of the things alleged that Trump had done familiar to you in terms of actions that other authoritarian governments have or are taking now?
Well, absolutely. The spreading of lies, the attempt to, what this really is an attempt to re-educate through propaganda, and Trump is a highly skilled propagandist. Many people underestimate him. It's easy to call him a clown. He really is one of the most important propagandists of the 21st century.